Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day so far, and I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use the cash envelope budgeting method. I'm also going to be showing you how I use sinking funds in order to save hundreds of dollars to put towards different things in my life. If you're new to my channel and you're just seeing me for the first time, my name is Christina and I make videos here on YouTube all about saving money, making money, and personal finance tips. So if you like watching videos all about money, I would love to have you a part of this channel, so make sure to go down below and hit the red subscribe button so that you can join our YouTube family. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about in this video are sinking funds and how sinking funds help me save hundreds of dollars every single month. So if you've never heard of sinking funds and you don't have one yet, a sinking fund is basically an account or a place where you put small amounts of money so that you can save up for something. So sinking funds can look very different depending on the person that's using the fund. Some people like to have their sinking funds as actual bank accounts so that they can easily transfer money in and out of the fund. Some people like to use a glass jar where they store their money. Some people use a piggy bank or envelopes, and other people like me use a budget book like this, and I'm really excited to show you guys how this book works. In this pink budget book are 5 plastic envelopes which are my sinking funds. So this is where I put all of my money throughout the month for things that I'm trying to save up for. And as you can see on the front, it says C&A, which is for Christina and Aaron. We share money and sinking funds, so I thought it was nice to include him on this book as well. So there's a little metal clasp on the book that keeps the book closed and organized, and then as you open the book, there are some little pockets here on the side, and then all of my different sinking funds, which are actually just plastic envelopes. There's also labels on the envelopes so that I can keep everything as organized as possible, and I know which envelope is for which category that I'm putting money towards. I also want to let you guys know, if you like this budget book and you want to use one for yourself and your own sinking funds, I found one that's similar on Amazon, so I'll link it down below. So starting at the front of my budget book, I have this little pocket right here that's not technically a plastic envelope, but I'm still using it as a sinking fund, and this is my hair fund. So this is the money that I'm putting towards getting my hair done in July. I know it seems a little bit outrageous that I need to put money into a sinking fund to get my hair done, but I have a lot of hair, and when I want to dye it and get foils in it, which I do probably once a year, it's really expensive, and the hairstylist always spends a lot of time on my hair, so I like to give a nice tip. So moving on to the next sinking fund, we have Christmas. This one is really important because Christmas is a big expense for a lot of people. You buy decorations and you buy gifts for people and just other things like parties that you have to buy supplies for. So I always like to have some money saved up in a sinking fund for Christmas, so that way it's just a little bit more manageable when the holidays roll around. The next sinking fund that I have here is cars, and it's no surprise that cars are very expensive between tires and maintenance and insurance and all of the different things that come with owning a car. So I always like to put a little bit of money away every single week for my car sinking fund. That way, if anything ever goes wrong with my car, I always have a little bit of money here that I can use. Another sinking fund that Aaron and I have is for fun, and this is basically for if we want to go out to eat, if we want to go on a little vacation, if we want to buy something fun for each other. It's just for anything that's extra, that's not a necessity, that we want to spend money on. Your money is yours, you work hard for it, so it's nice to be able to actually put it to something fun every now and again. The next sinking fund that we have is a really exciting one, and that is for wedding. No, we have not done any extra wedding planning. We don't know what we're gonna do, but we know we want to do something to celebrate our love and our marriage. We have been putting money into this sinking fund for our wedding when we do decide to have it. Another sinking fund that we have is for health, and we do have health insurance, so a lot of our stuff is covered under that, but our insurance only pays for 80%, I think, of our prescriptions, so it's always nice to have a little bit of extra money put away. If we ever need to buy Tylenol or eye drops or Tums, something like that that's health related, I also take the money out of this sinking fund. We'll also use this for if we need to get a massage or go to the chiropractor or something, and we need to spend money while we're waiting for our reimbursement from our insurance. We'll use money out of this sinking fund so that it doesn't have to come out of any other accounts. And the last sinking fund that we have is back here in the back little pocket. We didn't have enough plastic envelopes for all of our sinking funds, but this money is going towards home. So this isn't the money money that we're saving up for our future house. This is money to put towards anything that's home related. So someday we will want to buy a new couch, so this money could go towards that. If we want to buy any like pictures or new appliances, just little things like that, this is what that money is for. So basically what I do when I put money into this budget book and into our individual sinking funds is take out money from the bank every single week, specifically $180. So I do this every week because me and Aaron get paid once a week. We're on an opposite pay schedule. So every single week there's some pay going into our account, and I take out $180 whenever we get paid. And then I divide that $180 between the different sinking funds and envelopes. And there's no right amount of money for you to put into your sinking funds. It all depends on what your priorities are and what you want to save up the most money for. So for example, I put more money into my car sinking fund than I do for my home sinking fund, because for me, it's more important that I have money for my car than money for a new couch or new home accessories. So I want to be open with you guys and let you know how I divide up that $180 amongst my sinking funds. So every week I put $40 into the car sinking fund, $40 into wedding, $20 into health, $20 into home, $20 into Christmas, $40 into the fun sinking fund. I also put $50 into that hair sinking fund, but this one is only temporary, so I don't count that into the $180 that I take out every week. So for example, the last few weeks, I've actually been taking out $230 to put towards my sinking funds because I knew I wanted to put $50 towards my hair. But this is only temporary. I have my hair appointment in early July, so once my appointment is done and over with, I won't have a hair fund, and I'll continue taking out $180 every week. What I really like about sinking funds and why I think they're so effective is because it makes paying for something really big really manageable. If you have a big payment that you have to make, say $1,000, and then you break that down week by week, if you're only putting $15 or $20 a week towards this big purchase, it's gonna seem a lot more manageable than if you had to pay $1,000 up front. If you guys have not used sinking funds before seeing this video, I highly recommend you start. You can do sinking funds for anything. You can do Christmas and cars like I do, or maybe you want to start a family soon, you could do a sinking fund for that, or maybe you're working on buying your first home and you want to start a sinking fund to buy your home. So now that we've talked about sinking funds and how great they are, I want to talk about the cash envelope budgeting method. And it's very similar to sinking funds in that you use little envelopes or different places where you're putting your money, but instead of saving up for something, you're using that money for everyday purchases like groceries, gas, things like that. So you could definitely use a budget book like this for your everyday cash spending, but instead of having your envelopes labeled Christmas and car, you would use groceries and gas and eating out, things that you're spending money on every day. If you don't want to use a budget book or anything fancy, you can literally go to the dollar store and buy envelopes and then just write on it with a permanent marker what you want your different categories to be. So that's step number one, deciding on what your categories are going to be for your different envelopes. And these are things that you're spending money on every single day. Like I said, gas, groceries, eating out, pet food, whatever it is that you spend your money on. You could also do an envelope for going through the Starbucks drive-thru. If you spend a lot of money per week on coffee, this is something that you're gonna wanna make an envelope for. So once you've decided on your categories and you have all of your individual envelopes created, you need to decide how much money you're gonna be putting into each envelope and how often. So for example, if you put $80 into your grocery envelope, you have to decide, is this gonna last you 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month? You can use the cash envelope system in different ways, meaning you can do it monthly, and at the beginning of the month, you can put all of your money into these envelopes and it has to last you the whole month, or you can replenish them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, depending on what works for you. I would probably do a bi-weekly basis if that's how you get paid, so then whenever you get your paycheck, you can divide it up into your envelopes. Remember to keep a little bit of money in your bank account for savings and emergencies. You don't want to divide all of your money up amongst eating out, gas, groceries, and pet food and then not leave any money for your savings. So make sure you account for that if you choose to use the cash envelope method. And even though you are going to have a little bit of money left over in your account for savings and emergencies, you are not allowed to touch this money if you run out of money in your envelopes. So whatever amount of money you decide on to put into your envelopes, that's the money that you have to use for that particular category. If you have $20 in your coffee envelope that's supposed to last you all week and you spend it in the second day, then that's it. You just have to wait until your envelopes are replenished. So of course there is going to be a little bit of trial and error. So for example, if you're just starting the cash envelope system, you might put $50 in towards your weekly grocery budget at the beginning, but then you realize that that really wasn't enough to cover the things that you want to buy and what you want to eat for the week. So maybe next time when you replenish your envelopes, you'll put $60 or $70 into that envelope because that fits with your lifestyle better. So you just have to try it out with different amounts to see what works for you. I think the reason why the cash envelope system is so great and why so many people have success with it is because it allows you to see your money in a tangible way. Rather than just tapping your card and seeing this abstract amount leave your account, you're actually able to hold the money in your hands and see how much money you have left for the week or for the month. Having your cash in different envelopes also makes it a lot easier to track your money. So if you put $20 into your coffee envelope and you see that by Tuesday that $20 is all gone, you're like, oh my gosh, I literally spent $20 in coffee in 2 days. Where if you didn't have those categories and you were just spending from the lump sum of money in your bank account, you would have no idea that you spent $20 on your coffee in 2 days because you're probably not watching your bank account that closely. But if you have the cash with you and that's all you're allowed to spend, you're gonna notice when that cash is gone out of your envelope. If you've made it this far in the video, you are a trooper and a true subscriber. So make sure to leave me a comment down below saying saving money, and I'll know that you watched the video the whole way through. All right guys, so that's it for today's video. I really hope you liked it and that you enjoyed learning more about sinking funds and the cash envelope budgeting method. If you did like it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also hit the red subscribe button down below if you're new. Down in the description box, I have that budget book that I was talking about, as well as my Etsy shop, my Instagram page, all of that stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!